if I f***ed another guy, so now I'm allowed to go on the podcast.
Guys, guess what I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening. Wow, I did not know you were going to do that.
Isn't it crazy that you guessed it on here? Like, before I had even really hinted at it.
You really did.
You guessed it.
You watched it?
I didn't watch it. I'll probably see some chunks of it.
So you just like was in another room listening to her moan and groan and shit?
No, she was at a hotel being filmed by a professional. And down by a professional, to be totally honest.
And you wasn't there?
No, I was at the house playing some high stakes online poker tournaments.
That's some real white boy.
I like that.
Adam22 has officially become hip-hop's biggest cuck. If you're unfamiliar with who he is the owner of the No Jumper YouTube channel and podcast. With No Jumper's early content offering a fresh of breath air to the scene, it boasts an underground and authentic flair that set it apart. His unique approach helped shape a niche in the hip-hop industry, making his name synonymous with the genre's culture worldwide. However, recently Adam's public image has been shifting from a promoter of the hip-hop culture to a figurehead of the simp culture, a term often used to describe men who are excessively attentive or submissive to women.
Into that environment. And, you know, just seeing you like looking like a glamorous porn star on camera with a very well-known professional, it's not the worst thing in the world to me. I'm not super mad about it.
How did Adam22 go from paving his lane in the hip-hop culture to being the face of cucks worldwide?
I've been with my girl for 7 years. We just got married. We're not in an open relationship, but from a porn perspective, we shoot with other girls, stuff like that, right? Yeah.
But no other guys is busting her coochie and ass out.
Well, you guessed it.
Guys, guess
Over the
what I'm
weekend.
shooting with today?
Something like that happened.
She filmed her first ever scene with another man.
I know you was mad.
Finally happening.
I was angry.
I agreed to it, so I wasn't. I say
but-
angry might not be the word.
But you was kind of like disappointed a little bit. Like, you vibe like cut, that's your sitch.
You know, I agreed to
hood.
it. I said that I wanted her to do it. Do you know what your body count is?
About 3,500.
Really?
Yeah, it's like crazy.
I believe him. I didn't believe that girl the other day when she said 3,000.
Yeah, well, it was a cheat code. I used to be a so I'd be whole bachelorette parties.
I said that I wanted her to do it. I'm like,
on top of millions of dollars, Adam. You didn't have to do that shit.
fair enough. But I told her, I'm like, I think you should do it. Let's get it out the way.
So how do you vibe about it now?
She's 32.
Do I need to get you an Old English?
No. Yeah, I don't need to drown the pain in Old English. But I was kind of surprised because I feel like I can like intellectualize it. Adult star, what does he need?
A nice size and ability to not fast.
Have you always known that you were going to be good at this?
I think so. I used to watch, and I was like, yeah, I could do that.
What are you thinking about when you're about to?
Which next position I can put in so I could get away from this tickle? You know.
And from my perspective, I don't think it should be a big deal. Yeah. But then after she actually did it, I'm not going to lie, I did feel kind of odd. You know, that feeling in the belly, you know? He is a very famous adult star.
So she picked him.
I think, yeah, there was really only a few that she was kind of choosing between that would have made sense.
So did she give you some details?
We talked about it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Because you know, Adam, fresh, just real gets hit different. That's your wife, so you know you're kind of like repetitive with a lot you do. So he hit that thing different, bro.
I mean, I'm sure she had a good time. I'm sure he had a good time.
And you were just cool with it.
I'm sure he's numb to it. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time.
If him, but like, that's your wife, like.
Yeah, and I mean, she's supposed to enjoy it. Anything novel is going to be exciting, right?
Yo, bro, like, not for nothing. I hope I ain't.
It's okay.
I hope I don't step in my boundaries.
No.
What are y'all gonna do when your kids get older, bro? Kids are savage these days.
The kid is already going to know about me piping a million girls. I don't know that from the kid perspective, if her having done it with other guys, it's going to be that different, right?
By the third grade, they're doxing the kids. The kids is doxing.
Let's just pray that things go smoothly.
You know what, Adam? I f with you a different kind of motherfucker.
This brings up an important discussion about the nature of the culture we're encouraging as a society.
Definition of a high-value man.
A high-value man is a man who sees my value. I bring a lot of value to a relationship, and I'm aware of it at this point.
So a cool, chill, porn boyfriend who's not going to get mad about you going off and running around with Johnny Sins.
Absolutely.
It raises the question, what values do we want to promote? Is it becoming common practice to compromise one's personal life, even to the extent of allowing another man to pipe your wife?
So Jason, give me a genuine review. How was it?
You want like a number scale or just like?
Numbers sounds like it could be hurtful, but if it's a high number, sure.
Gives me like a 4.
100%, 9 out of 10.
Really? 9 out of 10. Who's a 10?
Well, obviously her.
Oh.
Well, it was a 9 out of 10. I never grasped an entire 10 before. It's like you gotta leave room for something that could possibly top the next one.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take a 9 then.
That's fair. You're right, though. I don't have to do the point thing, but, you know, I don't know.
Same thing with your wife, too. You make so much. Does she need to do that?
She doesn't need to do it,
No,
but it feels like, you know, this is her career. This is what she's been doing for 6-7 years. And, like, the number one most requested thing is that they want to see her with the BBC.
Oh, it was a black dude?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, is it really that why even view it as a career? It's an intimate act and you're separating that and turning it into a job.
Yeah, but at a certain point, raking in 6 figures a month from doing adult content becomes kind of part of your identity, you know? And
does she want that or be her identity?
I think she just realizes that she's probably in the twilight of that. And that at some point...
This is the last chance.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to have another kid within like 2-3 years, and we're probably going to have another kid. And at that point, I mean, let me tell you, having a kid makes the whole being a porn star thing for the woman infinitely more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Have you... I mean, this might get personal, but like, have you thought about what's going to happen when your kid starts finding out about this stuff?
Nah.
Forget it?
I mean, it's just, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
You know what, Adam? You a different kind of motherfucker.
She'll have, like, she already, if she knew what was going on, she'd realize that, like, a large percentage of her mom's friends did this or do this.
So it's just normal.
I mean, I just don't think that it'll necessarily carry the same level of oomph once my kid gets to the age where she understands. And obviously, mom makes money because people like the photos of mom.
Mom's getting BBC'd.
And then at some point, it's like, oh, mom and dad were doing more than just taking photos.
As men, is this a behavior we want to encourage as a society? It's a question each of us as fathers, brothers, husbands, boyfriends, and sons need to grapple with. Would we allow such a scenario to unfold in our lives? Would you be comfortable knowing that your actions are broadcasted for the world to see, influencing impressionable minds? Is the quick buck worth the potential ripple effect it can cause within society? It's worth noting that this is not an attempt to police anyone's personal life. I don't really care what Adam22 does in his personal time, or Lena the Plug for that matter. But this is an issue to call into consideration the wider societal implications of our actions, and the fact that society promotes this kind of behavior and people get paid for hedonism. With significant influence comes substantial responsibility, and as figures in the public eye, our actions echo far beyond our immediate surroundings. It's high time we take a step back and assess the kind of culture we're shaping for the next generation of hip-hop fans and society at large.
Guys, never say that I don't give you what you want. My wife on the podcast to talk about recent events.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how like I'd probably never come on the podcast again.
Hopefully I can persevere through this.
Yeah, I hope it works out for you. I mean, this how we gonna know if you with it.
Oh, I'm with it. I mean, it already happened.
We gonna know.
We're like 4 days removed from it happening.
No, this how we gonna know if you let it continue to happen.
I think I'm gonna put a cap on it, like X amount of guys per year.